Alright, Shalom, Shalom. First and foremost, we'll say Kalayim La Yalbashim Al Shabashim Al Kakpadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, a great millstone, GMS, do rule and teach well. Gotta make this nice, short, sweet, to the point, move on, because gotta get out there and catch my train. Right, so Isaiah 3 and 16, right? Moreover, the Lord saith, because the daughters of Zion are haughty, and walk forth with stretched forth necks, and wanton eyes, walking and tinkling as they go, making tinkling, walking mincing as they go, making tinkling with their feet. Right, they crank their elegant neck, right, flirting with their eyes. Right, and that's what they do. They people do to this day, and they walk with their neck out, and they have their little purse, and then they sway in and walk in with all that damn pride, being a damn demon, wearing a villain outfit, leaving nothing to the imagination, right? Sitting here, fucking dudes over, committing adultery, committing idolatry, right? Because, they always believe in these, weird, retarded, new age religions and shit like that. These women, Kundalini gods and shit like that. Some of these chicks are into. Some into tarot card readings, the world, death, different arcanas and whatever. They believe in that stuff, and they're heavy into a lot of chicks. Even my my mom, who's a Christian, she's into the astrology shit. Calls herself a Christian, really anti-Christian. Right, anti means against. Okay, so she's against the true Christians, which is us. Right, just like the rest of these Christians out here. You call them false Christians, or you call them anti-Christians, right? Because they're not true Christians. They believe, against the true doctrine. They're against the true doctrine. They're profane. In other words, right, meaning outside the temple. Right, what's in the temple, is belief in the name. Belief and faith in Yahweh Shem Yahushai, right? Faith in the image, right? Belief in the image. Keeping the laws to the best of your ability, so on and so forth, right? Moreover, right, and I already went that, right? And you have tinkling with their feet, right? They go into the jewelry later on, but women, they have those ornaments around their ankles, whatever, and they walk and tinkle and mince as they go. Right? Therefore, the Lord will smite with a scab the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion, and the Lord will discover the inward parts. Right? So the Lord will make a scab, will smite with the scab, right, on the crown, pretty much on the top of their head. Right? See here, smite with a scab. Maybe this is just up. Join two attached, join together, cause a scab upon, a biting, smite, cleave, right? Smite their scalp, the crown of the head, scalp, right? The crown of the head, right? The scalp, right? So we know men, we're supposed to have our crown or our scalp uncovered when we're out there prophesying, when we pray, and so on and so forth. So when we hold post, I mean, brothers already know this, but I feel like brothers, our brothers are like just coming in, make sure that if you pray, even if it's just in your house praying, and you're wearing a hat or something, just take your hat off, pray. And then, when you're done, you can put the hat back on or just leave the hat off. I don't wear a hat inside anyway. I just take my hat off when I'm inside usually. Unless I'm, at work, I take my hat off and whatever. But, I don't pray. I'll pray if I'm by myself, say a quick something if I'm by myself, through spirit or whatever. Right? But, I'm not, we're not supposed to be praying around your coworkers anyway, Or, make it like a public display. You can just kind of, be discreet, but you don't put your hands up and everything, just like, Yahweh Shema Shai, please, have mercy upon me, something quick while you're walking to yourself, I'll think of these things, right? The secret parts, right? Let's look at the secret parts. The Lord will discover the secret parts. Sockets, hinges, secret parts mean dubious. Secret, I don't know, pedenda, hinge, secret participle, hollow parts, interstice, door pivots, the hinges, secret parts. Okay, let's see. So you go into the word discover, make naked, discover, expose the secret parts. Right, once you go into a hinge, and the pedenda is a woman's genitals, female genitals, right? So this doesn't mean that you'll just make them naked, it means that you'll, expose them for what they are, right? And it's very well known, really starting with us, we expose them who they are, right? And it's no secret, that that woman are wicked, man. That's why 2/3 they gotta go. The majority of these women here in America gonna die. You do have elect women out there, right? The Lord, bring them a man, in due time, right? A man of the truth, right? In due time. But see, wicked woman, man, there you go. You gotta go, all right? All right. So I just looked up real quick how much money do black women. I butchered the spelling of it, right? But how much money do black women spend a year on wigs? This is the AI overview. All right, looks like they got it from the Reddit post, but it's AI, so they got different things on different people. Black women spend a substantial amount annually on wigs, so some reported estimating $40,000 per year. All right, so black women spend the most, on wigs. Right? They spend a significant amount. And I tried to look at it versus other women, right? Comparing and contrasting, or doing kind of like a little bit of data analysis, right? But they didn't really have any data on white women. But they said that in general, white women spend way less than black women on hair care products, in general, right? And that's kind of it makes sense, because it's always the running joke. Oh, white guys only wear just white girls. Let's say about the guys too. With us, we're pretty simple. We could just put just some Head and Shoulders, just some shampoo once a week, and then that's about it. And then everyone needs, everyone uses like a leave-in conditioner, but us guys, we don't really have to, because our goal isn't to have super big long hair anyway. Long hair is for men is no good, right? It's for a woman. It's for a female to have long hair. That's her beauty. That's for her, right? But it's what it is, right? Black woman estimated to spend $503 annually on average for hair care, contributing a total of $473 million to a $4.2 billion hair care industry. That doesn't make much sense to $402, but they say they spent a total of $473 million. Wig sales have increased 75% from May 2020 to 21 to the previous year, highlighting the popularity of wigs among black women. Right, and even when I do my braids and everything, right, I just get my thing done, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. I don't have much hair, but I got a little hair on my head, right, and I just keep it at that same length, right. But when women come in, they have to get extensions and all this stuff, and you know, to get hair longer than mine. If they just did it with just their hair, they would have, you know, it would be kind of short, right? It's like, wow, that's a curses, you know, straight there into your face, right? Black women spend 9 times more on ethnic hair products than non-black customers, right? So I guess that's ethnic hair products like that Cantu. Yeah, it's not. I don't really think it's all that. I mean, depends on, I don't know what the best thing, but you know, this is what our women do, man. They involved in this shit and they spending millions and millions, thousands and thousands of dollars a year on this shit, right? Of course, they don't have money like that, so what they do, they get it out of dudes. You know, they have these side dudes, and they sleep with one, get some money, sleep with the other one, get some money. So they you know, toss their box out there to different men and to get money for their hair, and then we're not even talking about their nails and all the rest of the madness, right? But that's a curse that's on our woman, right? You look at these other nations, Chinese women have long hair, white women long hair, other nations women long hair. You know, and even this is a curse among our people. You don't really see it with Hispanic women. You know, maybe when they get old or something, they may wear a wig. But among Hispanic women, you know, they have long hair. Native American women long hair, right? But some mainly have hit the Southern Kingdom. But I'm gonna let that be that. The one edified. Nice to show them all.